So I said I might do it, and I did. 3 Valid the Old Farm videos in a row. And I'm doing something a bit crazy for me. We're selling both of our tractors, and we're going to replace them with 2 new tractors. You might have seen from the thumbnail, I might have blacked them out. It depends how creative I was feeling what we're going to buy. But we're going to repair both of the tractors first. Weirdly, I can't sell them from here, so we are going to have to take them up to the store. So I don't have auto drive installed on this save yet. I should. I'm certain auto drive guy has a map available, or a route available, so I should do that at some point. But the base game worker works surprisingly well on this map, so we're going to enable, well, we're going to sort that out. Get them going. I've just finished eating lunch, which is why I'm occasionally taking slightly longer pauses as my body starts to digest. But yep, the little lizard is off. The Fiat is going to go. Yeah, this felt very weird for me. It's very rare that I will just sell most of our kit and essentially start again. But I felt like having a complete change. I'm going to be using 2 brands that I've not used before in Let's Plays. The brand of main tractor we're buying, I've used in tutorials and stuff, but never in a Let's Play, I don't think. So, yep. We've got a bunch of electric charge to sell from the BGA, so we're going to crack that going and speed up time a bit to go past the hour. So, there we go. That's that done. And yeah, let's make some cash, shall we? I'm not sure what these are going to... Well, I am, because I've done it, but I wasn't sure at the time what these were going to sell for. I'm sorry, I'm just having a moment that I'm... Did I? I did, yeah, I did do the last video, sorry. Yeah, in fact, I have finished it. Ignore me, ignore me. Oh, they've got 10 cone bowling going on, so... I'm pretty sure this is just a copy from... the American base game map, and I was clearly awesome at it. So, yep. Get them both in the sell point, get them both sold, and yeah, I've installed a mod for a tractor we're going to buy, and there is a tractor. I think I mentioned it the last time. There is a tractor. There we go. Strike, I think, or spare, I guess. There is no. We didn't get the last pin. Oh well. So yeah, let's sell the Fiat Agri for 38,500 and the Lizard for 59,000. Nice. So we've got 243,000 pounds. Just going to reset the store, make sure it delivers, or we get our tractors up here. A quick peek in the store, in the sales. No, we're going to go into here, medium tractors and McCormick. Yeah, I've not used one of these before. And we're going to get it with tracks. So I just want to check that it can have narrows, which it can, because we do need to use it for spraying. So yeah, but we're going to get it with tracks on. And beacons, because although I don't use them very often, I do like having beacons on the tractor. And we're also going to get a grey interior because it suits the rest of the colour scheme that I'm going to go for. It can have a front loader, so it's kind of why I like this mod. It's probably really weird having a tracked tractor with a loader. It kind of reminds me of back on Homeworld on FS19 when I did my 1 tractor challenge and I had a John Deere 8RT that had tracks that had a front loader. Obviously this is not a 2-track tractor, but yeah, I thought it was just different. Went for the quickie loader because we've got a quickie front loader back at the farm from the Lizard, and it's big enough that it should work on here. And I thought this was a fun tractor. We're then going to go into the sales and to this guy. No, I did ponder the T6 because it's a sensible choice. You know, 50 grand, 125 horsepower. It's got a front loader console as well. And it is a sensible choice, you know. the New Holland. It's another sensible choice. We're going to be using this on Glenarvan, probably. So didn't want to duplicate. So we're going to go for the Reform. Not a sensible choice necessarily. 109 horsepower, and it's kind of a mini tractor. Yeah, you can literally see I was torn between the two. The head said T6. Much more practical. 125 horsepower, proper size tractor. Front loader console. Would be good. You should do this. Buy the T6. Heart said get the Reform. Look at it. It's a bit crazy. And the Heart one. So, yep. Funny little tractor purchased. And it is very little. Yeah. Never used one before. I thought it'd be kind of fun. We're going to borrow a little bit of money because there is a the HD baler is in sales, so, and it's quite cheap, at 59% off. So yeah, £8,000. That's so that we can make little bales for feeding the horses and maybe the sheeps as well. So, and it's 4-wheel steer as well. It's a very cool little tractor. It's going to be great for running the little baler, for tedding, and when we pick a windrower up, I'll make sure that it can run that. It's going to be cool for the little jobs, you know? And it's different. And I just need stuff that's different in the game. So it's why we've done a triple header of the Valley, the Old Farm. I'm not sure what the next Farm Sim video is going to be or when it's going to be. So if you're a patron, you've heard this story. If you watched last week's patron video, also, if you're a patron, thank you. If you're a YouTube channel member, thank you. Appreciate you guys. You are all awesome. Yeah, so this rest of this week, not sure on videos. So these are all battles that came from those bonus contracts that I did, and that's why the money had gone up a little bit. So we've got these to put through the BGA as well. We can then repay a bit more of that loan. On top of this is why I was getting confused actually, because I think the bit that I was thinking of that was in the last video is coming up in this video. So yeah, yeah. So this week is quite busy for me. I'm actually recording this on Thursday. You're watching this maybe on Monday, and yeah, I've only really got a couple of small opportunities to make content this week, which and the end of. So at the end of this week, so that when I'm doing this, and then this week when you're watching this video is also very busy, and next week, so as in the week after when you're watching this. So things might get a bit patchy. I'm not sure. I often say this and they don't, but I like to give you guys a bit of a heads up that things might kind of dip off a little bit. They've just got a bunch of real world stuff going on plus work stuff. So yeah, we'll see how it works out. But at the moment, I'm going into, so it's Thursday. I've only got tomorrow morning to make content for most of the rest of next week. And that means there won't be that many videos. I think I've got this plus one Timberborn video done. I might get another Timberborn video done. Or an expeditions video or a couple of expeditions. We'll see. We'll see what I get done. And I might get a few bits done over the weekend. It depends. Depends how Mrs. D is feeling, how I'm feeling, all that kind of stuff. So if there's a normal amount of content, I got stuff done. If there's not, you understand why. So yeah, and I just like to give you guys a bit of heads up. So I had to go and grab the weight because 350 centimeter bales is heavy. And as I said, so I did a bit of a Mr. CP. I did a couple of contracts off camera. I borrowed the kit from one contractor which had a big M. This is the bit I had forgotten about. So we made a reasonable amount overnight off the BGAM. So I didn't write down the numbers, but you know, and I paid the loan down to 100 grand. So we've got 80 grand in the bank still. And what I want to do now is, it's May 1st or the 1st of May. I want to go and get the wheat sprayed. because it needs another fertilizer. So we're going to put the narrows on. I'm going to put dual narrows on because I think it might look cool. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it costs the same as single narrows. So hey, better value for money. I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, lost my train of thought. Anyway, words, stuff, farming game. Yeah. I got the same Fendt as I had in the video last time, but I got a big M as well. The same baler. I had left. I'd been scouting around the map, things I had to do. But I always put player speed on to do that. But I don't like having it on when I'm playing because you can't run. So that's why that bit happened. So I'm just checking the sales to see if a sprayer was in the sale. It wasn't, and I'm going to lease the Kubota one, so I can carry on telling my story before I forget. So yeah, we had the big M, the Fendt 936. The Potinger baler and the same Anderson bale stacker. So we had a better setup effectively because we gained a big M. And so on top of that, I took the Fendt over and I also took the Lizard over with our baler. So I did 2 pretty big contracts and I had both balers running because that way they could keep up with the big M just about. And then I used a bit of course play and I did the bale collecting and delivering because they had to go from the bottom of the map all the way up to the BGA. So, and yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was good. And I've got a feeling that on here, the grass needs another month to grow, I think. And that means we've not really got that much else to do in May. So either, I don't think I want to do another forestry video on here at this point. We'll save that for maybe in the winter time. So there's really only baling contracts at the moment. So probably I'm just going to skip ahead, I think. We'll get to June. We should then have our own baling to do. The grass is not quite grown enough to cut and the alfalfa's not either. The other job that I want to do, which I might do in May, and you can comment down below if you want to watch it or not. I need to get the cow pasture ploughed in, planted with grass seed. Should that be a video or should I just do it off camera? You decide. Yeah. But otherwise it's going to be skip ahead to June and keep things moving on, as they say. And pressing wrong buttons, as they'll say. So I just wanted to check the fertilization was taking. I'm so out of practice of playing this game without precision farming. So although the alfalfa is showing as harvest ready, I think it's got one more state to go. Fertilization is taking, so that's good. So let's get this job done. And I do think this tractor looks good with dual narrows. I know that's more of an American kind of corn planting type setup. Don't care. Don't care. There's more just doing stuff and being more relaxed about how I do stuff. And that's why I've just played this save. Let's see, I might do a sack sort video, might record the gameplay for a sack sort video later today. Whether I'll get it voiced or not before next week, I don't know. I might not feel like it this evening. It might not be one. We'll see. I have some stressful stuff to do this afternoon. After I finish doing this, I might not want to play video games. Not being cryptic, it's real life stuff I'm not going to talk about. Instead, we're going to talk about getting fields fertilized. So yeah, it's weird how you forget, isn't it? So obviously before precision farming came out, I played this game without precision farming, obviously, because it didn't exist. And you get into a cycle, don't you, of this is how I do my planting. And I probably will afterwards. So I suspect what I'll do is we'll harvest the field. We've got a lot of digestate, so we'll put digestate on the field. We'll probably get a planter that applies fertilizer and we'll be done. Or we will plant and then apply fertilizer and we'll be done. But yeah, I'm really out of practice. And it's kind of nice. It's refreshed the game a little bit for me, actually. So yeah, I'm looking forward to when we cut the grass, we can roll it. We can use a grassland roller. That'll get our fertilization done. Yes, it will change the growth state. It won't make it grow any quicker. Yes, I know it changes it from harvested to growing. Harvested and growing 1 are the same state. I know some of you think it makes it grow quicker. I guarantee you it does not. There is one exception to that at a particular time of the year with a default growth calendar. The rest of the time it makes 0 difference. Yeah. Anywho, but I am going to get a grassland roller because am I just going to throw digestate? I might just throw digestate on it. We've got loads of it. We probably need to use it up. So that might be easier. Maybe we could pump and hose because I haven't pumped and hosed in a while. And there is some new mod stuff for pumps and hoses that's released, I think. Maybe we should use that. Maybe we'll do some pumping and hosing rather than roll it. Because we're quite a nice compact setup here. With the BGA on the farm, we could put something to pump out of the BGA. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. So I certainly haven't pumped and hosed for quite a while. Yeah, we'll do that. Pumped and hosed, I guess, rather than pump and hosed. It was weird, actually. Yesterday, so Wednesday, I think it was yesterday, a mod map released that had it as a required mod. And, you know, for me, not a problem. I've got it thanks to... I'm not going to name the person that brought it for me for 2 reasons. One, I'm 99% sure I know who it was, but I'm only 99% sure. And also, they might not want to be named. But thank you to the person that brought it for me. Because I was a bit torn on buying it because it wasn't a cheap DLC. And also, I hope life is getting less stressful for you. Because I'm 99% sure you are. But yeah, I probably would have bought it eventually, but I didn't buy it at release. And I think a lot of people didn't buy it. And so having a map that requires it is probably going to significantly limit your downloads. Now, 2 views on that. 1, slightly silly to limit the amount of downloads you get. But 2, clearly did it for the benefit of how they wanted to use the map rather than just download. So credit to them. Personally, make and it's like, make the mod you want to make, not the mod that people want, is usually my view. Because you'll find it much harder to make the mod people want rather than the mod you want to make. And particularly with maps, these things have got to be a passion. So yeah, credit to them for making what they wanted to make and having it the way they wanted it. So requiring pumps and hoses rather than requiring it and maybe not having the map quite how they wanted. Because it is going to hurt their downloads. Anywho, we're pretty much done with fertilizing, so that's good. We are going to feed. I am going to feed the animals. I was really curious as to how the new setup would work, particularly how the reform would handle the feeding tractor. I was a bit feeding mixer. I was a bit nervous actually. And I was wondering if I'd kind of screwed up with not having a proper sized tractor to run the feed mixer. But, I pulled the trigger, I made the choice. We've made our bed, we shall lie in it, I guess. And yeah, we will run this back, unload it, return it. At some point we should probably buy a sprayer, only if we're going to need it, I guess. And that comes down to whether I'm going to end up with weeds. So, we do need to grab a windrower at some point. So And we can probably think about upgrading the mowers now we've got the bigger tractor. So it's only slightly more powerful. It's only 10 horsepower more, I believe. So only a little bit more power. Just checking the sales again. I was tempted by the Potinger cedar, but it's only a 3 meter cedar, and I would like more. But this tractor is an interesting choice. I could probably have got a lot more horsepower. At some point, maybe we will upgrade the horsepower. Again, something I wouldn't normally do. Personally, my kind of view is when I buy a tractor, I pick that kind of stuff at the start, and we don't just twiddle it as we play. But maybe I will this time, you know? There are no rules beyond what Giants set in the game. And even those aren't really, are they? You know? Like we've just switched from wheels to tracks in minutes. So, but basically, to do sprayer work, we'll have to put wheels on. The rest of the time, we will run the tracks because I just think they're cool, and that's just that. Basically, that's just that. So I want to put that pallet away. Something I mentioned in the last video actually was the horse feeding, and I did in the end go into the XML and I just tweaked the ratios a bit. So I took some of the hay out because otherwise it was going to be a pain. And so now there's a more sensible amount of alfalfa in there, and their health is improving much better. That was kind of a rookie error on my part. And when we cut the grass and the alfalfa, we'll make a small amount of small bales of alfalfa hay. We'll make a small amount of bales of normal hay, and then we'll do the rest as normal hay or silage or whatever. Yeah. I'm not going to do like whole fields of those little HT bales. We'll just make a few, just so we've got enough to feed the animals we need to feed. When we do the cow pasture, I'll probably plough in the sheep one as well so that they start grazing. And I'm going to make sure that when the animals graze, they can graze to full health. Because this map does have custom feeding, as I mentioned. And that means we can just tweak it a little bit if we need to. I've not turned off that player speed. No, I didn't. I only like it for a bit of insight into prep for a video, I guess. What I tend to do is I will put on flight mode, I will put on player speed, and I will, quite often anyway, and I will fly around all of the fields and just see what their state is, because it's quicker. And quite often, and I guess it's because, unless normally I am running at the moment 4 saves. And so it's quite often I will forget what's the next job, particularly as I'm quite bad at the moment at making notes between videos. So I will fly around the fields, see what potentially he's doing, and then come back and switch all that off and play. And I have forgotten to turn the player speed off. So. But anyway, we're going to make some feed. And it's really simple with this mixer. It's a bale of silage and a bale of hay. It's so simple, it's crazy. Got straw out because the cows need straw as well. They kind of need mucking out. I'll do that off camera between videos. There's very little in there that actually needs picking out. But yeah, the reform seems to be okay on the feed mix-up, which is quite nice. It's a little small, I will admit. But it works. And if it works, it's okay, in my view, on here. So probably I will look at getting a third tractor. We'll look at getting something. I mean, something like the T6 would be good, but I've used the T6 a lot. I haven't, but I kind of have. Maybe the third tractor should be the electric case that I spoke about. It's a smaller physical tractor, but it's quite a powerful tractor. So maybe we should bring that one in anyway. But I really wanted to use something different, and I feel this is quite different. The other one that I mentioned that I was thinking about using was the Sintrack, The reason I didn't is because it has its own weird front loader, and I didn't want to use that. But yeah, I think I will bring in the electric case still. So, because I think that'll be a fun addition as well. And having a second bigger tractor will be good. And you know, if we sell a bit of silage when we do silage, we'll be fine. We're barely using any feed. We could probably increase the number of animals again quite easily and be fine. Yeah. It's so strange playing the game as more as Giants intended, I guess. I don't know. That doesn't feel like the right word. Anyway, we're pretty much done. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this little trio of the Valley of the Old Farm. If you did, click the like button. Any comments, questions, or suggestions, stick them below. And I will see you guys next time. Maybe for another Valley video, maybe for something else.